You are looking to get into business, or you're looking for opportunities of how you can enter into business or grow your business. I wanted to make this video today. I'm James, by the way, from JFI Advisory, and I wanted to highlight a real opportunity in the market if you are looking to buy a business. And that is, it comes from the fact that an influx of businesses are going onto the market, or even just being closed down and shut because of how top heavy our age demographic is currently in Australia. And there's something that I've been keeping my eye on now for a little while now, and I've actually advised a couple of people on doing it, and that is amalgamations in business. So, and I'll use a really simple example of cafes. Now, in any town or in any city within Australia, there are so many cafes up for sale. All you got to do is Google cafe for sale in your location, and it will come up with a business sale directory, and you can find many businesses for sale. And so, cafes historically, there's actually some really good cafes out there for sale. You generally find you're going to make between about 15 to 25% gross profit, and a lot of the times is after wages are being paid. Now, some of the smaller cafes, you might find that doesn't include the wages of the owner, the salary of the owner. But generally in those premises, it's just one person in there. It's just one barista serving coffee. But generally speaking, if you've got larger cafes, often that that average 20% gross profit margin will be after wages, which is what you want. And now here's where the opportunity comes in. So buying cafe may not be a wealth generation plan for many, but if you're looking to scale up businesses fast, a really good opportunity is to buy a certain amount of them. Let's say 3 to 4 cafes within a generally pretty small geographical space. And then what you can do, if you've got, let's say, 4 of these cafes within 15-20 kilometer radius of each other, is then you can take that profit margin, which after 4, it's enough to pay for somebody to manage all 4, as in like an area manager or a regional manager type structure. And what that allows you to do is buy something that has value, or 4 things that have value, sticky take them all together and have somebody manage them. So not only does it then return a profit after somebody's managing it, but it allows you to not be bogged down by investing as much of your time into that investment. Now, obviously, you're still going to have to invest time, just like with any good business that you own or have majority stake in. But what it does is it allows you to create a new machine from smaller machines and scale up. And so what you could do is you could actually do this in multiple areas. Once you get a real strong cash flow or war chest, built up, you can then do that again and again and again. And if you do this, if you rinse and repeat this process over a period, you can even be really smart about it and rebrand them in the same name. And so you might find, especially with towns and like I'm based in regional New South Wales. So if you were to do this strategically, you could do this, speaking of northern New South Wales right now, but if you could do this within, Ballina, you could do this then in Lismore, you could do this then in Grafton, you could do this then in Coffs Harbour, and really be really strategic. Focus, do not lose focus on the quality, obviously, of the coffee. And if you do that, what you create is brand loyalty. And I don't see it being done at the moment. Businesses are so fractured in the way that they operate. They're happy to, business owners are happy to operate one business, and then if it does well, they'll stay in business and they'll just draw an income from that, as opposed to scaling up. And if you do this, if you were to place strategically a system of cafes, I mean, everybody in business understands how strong Australians' love for their coffees are. And if you're able to build brand loyalty and brand recognition off that, in the northern New South Wales. That's a really strong and really powerful business. Not only that, but look, I've been working with quite a few companies locally who are, quite a few people as well, who are, building cafes and small delicatessens within the northern New South Wales region. And we've actually, it's not all that common, but northern New South Wales and southeast Queensland actually has some of the strongest and best conditions for growing coffee beans, and Australians are starting to produce some of the best coffee beans around the world. So there's a really big opportunity there. So I just thought I'd make a really quick video. A lot of people, like I'm speaking to a lot of clients and potential clients daily, and I semi-regularly, people looking to get into business ask me, hey, James, what should I do? And look, I don't think that's a great way to start out in business, not knowing which direction to take. But I think there's a real opportunity there. And often what I'll if someone says, James, what business do I get in? I often, especially if they do have a history of making coffee and serving coffee, I'll often suggest or recommend, have you considered opening a cafe or opening several? Because there's a huge opportunity there. Anyway, that's me, James here, JFI Advisory. If you've got any questions about business or you're wanting assistance with your business, just reach out to me via email, james@jfiadvisory.com, and I'll see you for the next video. And like or comment or whatever you want to do, it's up to you. But I do urge you to subscribe to the channel, and the reason for that is I'm not super tech savvy, but I found out recently that YouTube notifies you to your subscribed channels of when they update content. So if you want content that's up to date, that's newly uploaded, then I suggest you subscribe above all else. Other than that, have a great day, and I'll see you for the next video.